was always interested in environmental issues and had a lot of awareness about ecological things ever since I was a little kid. And I wanted to look for an issue that would be not a controversy, but something that people could work together towards. There's a lot of divisive ideas about how we should interact with the natural world and how we do interact with the natural world. And so what I liked about Starry Skies is everybody loves stars, and there's no reason to have light pollution.
One of the turning points for me was actually visiting with my father years ago in Arizona, and about 9 o'clock at night I went out on the veranda and looked over the valley, and to my astonishment there were like no big lights at all. It was maybe a couple twinklings here and there. There are strict dark sky ordinances there, and came back and started thinking about it and thinking, boy, if they can do it there, we should be able to do it here.
So Randy Larson and I started a chapter of the International Dark Sky Association, and that's what Starry Skies North is today. We focus on educating and advocating about light pollution and celebrating the night sky. And this has been important because humans have lit up the night brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's not just because we have population increase on the planet. We have the propensity that when technology gets cheaper, we use more of it. And we've had an exponential increase in light pollution in the past 10 years. So the overuse of light at night not only diminishes the way we connect with the night sky, it affects the environment, it affects other animals, it affects plant pollination, insect activity. 70% of species are nocturnal, they're more active at night. So light pollution is stealing the night habitat from these species. It's impacting their survival, and we need these species for our survival. Light pollution at night has a major impact on our health. Light at night is a contributing factor to all chronic disease, including obesity, diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular disease. So we're all really familiar with the experience of the color of light. If you go into a really bright room, like a retail space or a dental office, compared to like a candlelit dinner, we all understand that that has different qualities and we have a different experience of that. Light is measured in what's called Kelvin temperature. The warmer the light, the lower the number. And the cooler or whiter, bluer the light, the higher the number. So the kind of incandescent light that we've been used to indoors in the past is around 2,700. Daylight's more around 5,000 or 6,000. So light is the main signal for our circadian rhythm. And our circadian rhythm is what tells our body whether it's daytime or nighttime. So bright blue-white light tells our body that it's daytime. It's the worst kind of light to be exposed to at night because this color of light shuts down the production of melatonin. We need melatonin in order for our bodies to rest and recover. The issues of human health and light at night are so important. The American Medical Association has recommended that street lighting be 3,000 Kelvin or warmer. So this is especially important because about half of our light pollution is street lighting and another third is parking lot lighting. And a lot of these lights are on when nobody is using them. So this is another opportunity for technology to come in and have lights on only when people are using them. And that'll offer a huge amount of energy savings.
Well, we're sitting on a rock that was, it's called now Observation Park. We had a observatory here in the turn of the century. At the time, there were small twinkling lights down in the harbor that didn't affect the view of the night sky. Today, we've got all kinds of light pollution. To see any of the stars today is somewhat of a challenge. So it's trying to bring back what we had, and it's still there. It's just turn the lights up.
If you look at light pollution maps from 2014, the light pollution dome from Duluth and the range cities had already merged. And the light pollution from Minneapolis is coming towards here. And even from Chicago is coming up towards the south shore of Lake Superior.
And I started seeing what was occurring in Duluth and was really concerned about all of the 4,000 K lighting that was being installed in the city of Duluth and how it was taking away our evening tranquility here and heard from a lot of people their concerns about the lighting that was being installed, and eventually became involved with Randy and Cynthia and started working with them to talk with city officials, to talk to people.
One of the first things that came up for me was Mesaba Avenue was relit, and it seemed incredibly bright. Like, and people joked about, oh, you could do surgery under these lights, or they were like, you know, prison lighting or interrogation lighting, and it felt really uncomfortable.
I saw it personally, and then even talking to some of my friends that lives on Mesaba Avenue, where they had to buy the shades that you use in Alaska for the midnight sun in order to stop the light. And just seeing that, it just made me want to become active in defining a better lighting program.
I think when we started, there was a huge grant system across the U.S. that was allowing different communities to put in better lights. And what the cities ended up with is what was at hand, and a whole host of communities around the country received a huge sum of money to change out their light bulbs to 4,000 K. What's more acceptable is, and what the city of Duluth finally started to install was 2,700, and now even warmer lights down to like 1,600.
We have had discussions with the engineers and administration here within the city, and they have been receptive to trying to get onto a path of lower Kelvin lighting.
We went through a very robust community discussion, and it took place over probably 18 months. And in that time of 18 months, the conversation changed from 4,000 Kelvin to 3,000 to 2,700, because even in that 18 months, the information had changed on what cities were doing.
We've also worked with Essentia, with the new hospital that's coming here, right? They're going to be using 2,700 Kelvin or less on all the exterior lighting, which is a really a great move forward.
What we're really looking at is what we have the opportunity now with lighting technology is to really aim the lights where we need to have them. We can turn them on and off when we need them. We can dim them down when people aren't usually in a space.
We've installed all wildlife friendly on our parking ramp, and we've tried to use this as a template for other businesses to follow. And you will notice the difference how we've tried to define even the interior environment, and it's been really well received. What I would say is it doesn't cost any more money to install wildlife-friendly lighting.
Duluth is right in the epicenter of the huge bird migration pathway. Once they clear Duluth, they can scatter every which way. But because we get so many of the inland birds, and so many of them are migratory, and so many of them are nocturnal migrants, having all this extra light is going to be harmful. They navigate by getting up high enough and use the stars. Now that we're getting brighter and brighter lights, any light that's going up toward the space where they are is going to totally confuse them. The way we solve it at nighttime is by turning off lights that we aren't using.
Whoa! It's a really important thing that Duluth and Superior can be on the forefront of, is be these urban protected areas that people can access where they are.
You should come see it, the moonset.
We have this great opportunity to be an example of how you can be a city with very dark sky friendly lighting.
And here, just north of us, we've got the biggest dark sky park in the world with the BWCA, the Quetico, and the Voyagers, the 2.4 million acres of dark sky. We could be the gateway to this. The city of Duluth would provide a great environment. Take a look at the backdrop that Lake Superior could provide for a dark sky environment. I think it would just be a wonderful amenity for the city of Duluth. Residents, tourists, and businesses alike would enjoy it.